OnStar. Live on.
Welcome back. You're listening to the Cindy Laverty Show. Thanks for joining me today. My guest is Carol Sankar, and she is a life coach. We're talking about part of her book, which is Cheers to Your Success. It's a great, easy read with all these fabulous inspirational messages in it. And it's available on her website at carolsankar, SANKAR.com. Carol, thanks for being with me today.
No problem. Thank you.
Okay. I want to talk about the little word with the big meaning, fear. Because I was tweeting about you and I said we're going to blast holes through fear today.
Okay.
How does fear hold us back?
Fear holds us back because we allow it to hold us back. We allow it to consume our lives, and we allow it to kind of come into our thought process. And
It certainly does do that.
We allow it to do a lot of things to us, and I think that once we have put fear to bed and bury it, we will live such more prosperous lives by just removing it from your vocabulary. And that was why I named the subtitle of the book "Remove It from Your Vocabulary," because it's all about your addiction to a word and a feeling that doesn't really exist.
Well,
How
you
would you know about the
say
unknown?
you say on page 83 of your book, the word fear used to be an important word in my former vocabulary.
My former vocabulary.
The word
yes.
consumed me and led me to doubt my greatness. I would stand behind the word fear and use it as an excuse to be in the shadows of others. I just think that is so articulate.
Thank you.
But
I had a problem with it for a long time. I really did. And one day I just had to just crumble it up. And how I kind of got rid of it for me, I wrote it down on a piece of paper, a piece of yellow paper from Staples. I wrote down all the things I was fearful of. I tore it up, I burned it, and that was it. I had to really just make a peace with it and say, why are you holding me back from everything that I want to do?
so
And
sometimes going through an actual ritual of getting rid of something, whatever you have to do. I mean, because you can't just ignore it.
Yeah.
If it's chattering away in your head, you can't ignore it.
Right. Right. Right.
And how did you, so when you're coaching people and you're working with them, is that one of the things that you find is holding people back from their greatness? Is there fear?
I find that not only is it fear, it's also exactly what you just referenced. It's some type of a voice or a nemesis or something that they're fighting.
Yeah.
That they're almost too scared to move from whatever this thing is. And it's an imaginative kind of figment of their imagination where they don't know what it is, but they talk themselves out of their greatness because they are afraid of where this will lead, or they start things that they never finish. And that's always something that I work with people to figure out. Why are you starting something and not willing to finish it? Why are you always going, towards your left and never trying the right? Some of it is fear, and a lot of it also has to do with how they perceive themselves, the self-esteem, the esteem that other people have given them, the words.
There's that detox process again.
The words. It's all about making sure you put yourself in a relevant scenery where you're dealing with people, places, and things that are positively impacting you, and stop dealing with things that are always keeping you in a negative space. And that all of that has to not only do with fear, but it has to do with how you perceive yourself as well.
Okay. And success leaves clues, right?
Always.
What are some of them?
Pregnancy is one of them. And I don't mean it just having children. I mean, whenever you can't sleep at night because there's something on your brain that you know is bigger than where you are, that's success. Success leaves clues when you wake up in the morning and you don't want to go where you're getting ready to go. That's success because you have identified that the problem is going to start at 9 a.m. Mm-hmm. Success also is when you can identify that you have a gift that other people need. Success also has to deal with the fact that you can kind of be impartial to things and see things in its own greatness. I mean, I see a lot of things now differently than I did when I was in corporate America. I can appreciate things in a different light. Success is just anything that has to do with you feeling good about you, great about you, and living in your purpose and your greatness, and having to deal with, getting rid of all the nouns that are preventing you from getting where you want to go. And it definitely is cruise.
When you're on this journey to success, it's sometimes lonely, right? I mean, do you think it's lonely?
It is very lonely. It has days when you're like, does anybody out there hear me? You know,
I have that all the time.
Nobody else can have this conversation but me.
Hello, world, I'm here.
You know, but you know, at the same time, you need that peace and quiet to get to the next plateau, because not everybody's going to leap as high as you do. Not everybody sees things as high as you do. And that's why, you know, like I said earlier, I was never one of those kids that could get out there and play.
Okay, Carol, I got to take a quick break. We got a hard break coming up. Stay with us. You're listening to the Cindy Laverty Show. I'll be right back with Carol Sankar.